right, so let's take a couple neat, deep breaths, walking our heels about mat width apart, letting our arms relax halfway between our hips and shoulders. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And let the whole body relax. So since it's a pretty hot day today, we're going to do some slower paced yoga. We'll still be getting a great stretch because we'll be holding the postures a little bit longer. But I'd really like to focus on breathing deeply tonight and using our breath to help relax the body. So I'd like you now to kind of settle into that breath. Notice how the body feels and moves as you inhale and as you exhale. So you may feel your breath on your upper lip. Notice the rise and fall of the chest and abdomen. Notice how your body sinks down a little bit deeper into the mat with each inhale, and how it relaxes with each exhale. And we want to keep a deep, consistent breath throughout our practice. So as we warm up and move the body and our heart rate rises, generally our breath also becomes a little bit faster paced. Totally natural. When that happens though, I'd like you to focus on it, maybe breathe more deeply and try and slow it down. Let's walk our heels together, reach the arms overhead, find length in the body, reaching from the fingertips all the way down to the toes. And then bend the right knee towards the chest, hug the leg in towards the torso. Totally up to you if you want to open the eyes at this point. Begin by pointing and flexing the foot, waking up the ankle, loosening it. Circle the toes in both directions, moving gently until the ankle joint feels warm. Then you can move with a little more speed or change in direction. And then work your way up the leg to the hip. So start by gently rocking the legs side to side, keeping the rest of the body relaxed and grounded on the mat. And then begin to start circling the knee. You can release your grip a little bit if you need to really get into that circle. And go both directions, starting small, gradually getting bigger as the hip joint warms up and relaxes. And then hug the right knee back in towards the chest. Let's reach the right hand inside the right leg, bringing the palm to the top of the right foot. Wrap your fingers around the outside edge and lift the foot up towards the sky. So the knee is remaining bent. We're gently pulling the thigh and the right knee back and down towards the ground. Feeling a stretch through the right inner thigh. If your body is starting to lift off the mat, place the left hand on the left thigh. Let it relax. Let it sink down to the ground. Good. Let's bend the right knee. Pull the heel back in towards the glute. Bring your hands around to the right shin and pull it back in towards the chest. Moving into our hamstring stretch, we're going to bring our hands around to the hamstring now. Straighten out the right knee. Reach the heel up towards the sky. Try and find length through the leg. And breathe. On your next inhale, lift your head, neck, and shoulders off the mat. Walk your hands up the leg slightly. Bring the hands towards the calf or ankle. And I'd like you to press your foot into your hands. So use your hands to pull the leg in and use your leg muscles, your hamstring and your glute, to press the heel away. So you shouldn't really see much of a movement here because we're counteracting that press by using the hands. Now let the leg relax and see if you can pull it in a little bit closer to the torso, really letting the hamstring and glute release. Breathe deeply here. Keep the right leg lifted towards the sky. Slide the hands down so you can lower the head and shoulders. Continue holding the right leg with the right hand. Reach the left arm out to the left side. Take a deep breath. And as you exhale, open the right leg to the right. Again, keeping the left leg down and relaxed on the mat. The left shoulder is also grounded. Breathe into this stretch. Excellent. Let's inhale the right leg back up. Switch our grip. And exhale, cross the right leg down to the left. Keep the right shoulder grounded. Good. Let's lift the leg up. Take an inhale and exhale, right leg down to the ground. So notice how the right leg feels versus the left. You might feel those toes roll out a little bit deeper towards the right. You might just feel a little bit more loose. That's what we're aiming for. So let's switch to the left side, hug the left leg in towards the chest. Starting down at the toes, wiggle them around. Point and flex the foot, warming up the ankle. Circle the toes in both directions. And then work your way up to the hip, rocking the leg side to side. Keeping the body grounded. Good, and begin to circle the knee, small circles. Then letting them become bigger and bigger, and then switching sides, or switching directions, I should say. Good. Hug the left knee in towards your chest, and then reach the left hand inside the left leg, palm to the top of the left foot, fingertips reaching around the outside edge. Open the knee so the sole of the foot is facing the sky. And pull the leg in towards your torso, knee towards your underarm, and thigh towards the mat. Our right hand can be resting on the right hip or thigh or out to the right side. Okay, bend the knee, pull the heel in towards the glute, give that leg another hug towards the chest. And then bring your hands around to the right hamstring, straighten out around to the left hamstring, straighten out the left leg, lift the heel up towards the sky, so we're straightening out the leg, pulling it in gently towards the torso, finding length along the calf and hamstring. And now on your next inhale, lift the head, neck, and shoulders off the mat. Slide your hands up to the back of the left calf or ankle. And again, we're going to pull the leg in as we press the leg deeper into our hands. So we're activating the hamstring and glute, warming it up. Press, press, press for a couple breaths. And then as you exhale, release that press and see if you can pull the leg in closer to the chest. So deepening that stretch. Good. Slide the hands down, lower the head and shoulders. Continue holding the leg with the left hand. Let's inhale. Exhale, open the left leg down to the left side. Feel that stretch to the inner thigh. And let's inhale the left leg up. Switch hands And exhale, cross it over to the right. Keep the left shoulder planted. Look over the left shoulder and breathe. Inhale, lift the left leg. And exhale all the way down to the mat. Wonderful. Take a nice deep breath. Let's hug both knees in towards the chest, crossing your ankles. And roll side to side, massage the back. Tuck the chin towards the chest. Let's roll along the length of the spine 2 or 3 times. And then lean forward into your palms, come onto your hands and knees. You may need to walk your body back. We want to be in the middle of our mat here. So let's take a deep breath in and out. Bring the right hand, back of the hand to the mat, just under the center of the chest. And on your next exhale, reach the right fingertips all the way over to the left, lowering the right shoulder, ear, and temple down to the mat. So we want to feel this stretch through the upper back, keeping the hips lifted and our breath even. Good. Let's release. Press into the left hand, straighten out the left arm, slide the right hand back, bring it down to the mat under the right shoulder, and we'll switch sides. Back of the left hand to the ground. Reach the fingertips away over towards the right side of the room, lowering the left shoulder and ear. And breathe. Good. Let's release. Bring that left hand under the left shoulder. Keep your hips over your knees, and we're going to walk our hands out into puppy pose. So think about reaching the front of the chest down towards the mat, feeling that stretch through the front of the body. You can lower your forehead all the way down to the ground and lengthen through the spine. So reach the tailbone away as you inch the fingertips in the opposite direction. Good. Releasing, walking our hands back in, bringing them under the shoulders. Let's do a couple cat-cows, moving the back of the body with the breath. So as we exhale, we're arching the back, drawing our chin towards our chest. And then as we inhale, we round the spine, look upwards, leading with the crown of the head. So exhale, arch. Inhale, round. Move at your own pace, matching your movement to your breath. Do one more. Good, and then come to a neutral spine. Curl the toes, lift the knees off the mat, reaching the tailbone up and back, root down through the heels, coming into downward dog. Rotate the creases of the elbows forward, feel the muscles along the back and upper arms engage. And now let's walk our feet forward on the mat, coming to our first forward fold. Tuck the chin towards your chest, let the upper body just hang and relax over the legs. Notice your breath here. Let's try and breathe deeply. And let's begin to lift on up, stacking the back, drawing the shoulders back and away from the ears, lifting the chin off the chest and looking straight ahead. Come towards the top of your mat. We're going to do some sun salutations. We're going to take these slower than usual, so we'll really be breathing deeply. I'll cue the movement with breath, but feel free to take extra breaths while we're in each posture within the sun salutation. So let's inhale and exhale, palms together at the center of our chest. Inhale, lift the arms up, gently arch back. And exhale, forward fold, fingertips to the mat. So check in here, draw the chin towards the chest, lengthen through the spine, reaching the crown of the head down towards your toes. On your next inhale, let's step the right leg back, lower the knee, flatten the top of the foot to the mat, drop your hips down and forward, lift the chest and look upwards. Curl the right toes and exhale, left leg back to plank. Draw the abdominals in, press through the palms, active body, reaching all the way down the length to our heels. Inhale, exhale, lower knees, chest and forehead to the mat. Inhale, slide forward, lengthen the spine up, looking upwards. Weight is evenly distributed through the hands. And then curl the toes under, lift the hips up and back as you exhale, downward dog. Reach down through the heels. Take a couple breaths here. Maybe you want to pedal the heels. And take a big step forward with the right leg, inhaling, lowering the left knee down, flattening the top of the foot to the mat, hips down and forward. Again, lengthen the spine, lift the chest, and look upwards. And exhale, left foot steps forward, hinge at the hips, look towards your knees. Inhale, lift the arms up, gently arch back, and exhale, release. Inhale, exhale, palms together. Inhale, lift the arms up, gently arch back. Exhale, forward fold, fingertips down to the mat. And breathe. Inhale, left leg back, knee down, foot flat, look up, drop the hips down and forward. We want to feel this stretch through the left hip flexor and quad. Curl the left toes and exhale, right leg back to plank. Draw the abs in, create a nice long line. Keep breathing. And exhale, lowering knees, chest and forehead to the mat. Inhale, slide forward, press through the palms, lift the chest, look up. Exhale, curl the toes, lift the hips up and back, downward dog. Inhale, left leg forward, right knee down, foot flat. And exhale, right leg forward, feet together, look at your knees. Inhale, lift the arms up, gently arch back. And exhale, release. Let's do one more set. Inhale, exhale, palms together. Inhale, arms up, gently arch back. Exhale, forward fold, fingertips down to the mat. Inhale, right leg back, knee down, foot flat, look up. Curl the right toes, exhale, left leg back to plank. On your next exhale, lower the knees, chest and forehead, or chaturanga, bending the elbows, bring the whole body down at once. Inhale, slide forward, lift the chest, look up. And exhale into downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg forward, left knee down, foot flat. And exhale, left leg forward, feet together, look at your knees. Inhale, arms up, gently arch back. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale, palms together. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, left leg back, knee down, foot flat, look up.
curl the toes, exhaling, right leg back to plank. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, lower down, knees, chest, forehead, or chaturanga. Inhale, slide forward, lift the chest, look up. Exhale, curl the toes, lift the hips up and back, downward dog. Inhale, left leg forward, right knee down, foot flat. Lengthen the spine. And exhale, right leg forward, coming into a forward fold. So bring the thighs towards the chest and then lift the tailbone upwards. Get deep into that fold. Inhale, lift the arms up, gently arch back. And exhale, arms down to the side. Good job. Shoulders back, away from the ears. Deep breath. Even when we move slowly, we get sweaty, don't we? All right, so shake out the legs, roll out the shoulders. Take a deep breath. And we're going to move into triangle. So right leg, let's step back about a stride. Hip, shoulders, and chest to the right side of the mat. Arms extended. Inhale. Exhale, reach the left fingers towards the top of the mat and then hinge sideways directly over the left leg. Lengthen through the fingertips. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Feel that stretch from the outside, the right side of the torso, and the left inner thigh. Good, let's come on up. And just drop the right hand down to the right thigh now. Reach the left arm up for a little reverse triangle. So now feel that stretch through the left side of the torso and lengthen through the fingertips. Good, let's come back through center and lower our arms down. Keep the left foot where it is. We're going to rotate our hips and the back leg. Bring the toes pointing towards the top of the mat. Feet are parallel to one another. Inhale, lift up through the spine, open the chest. As you exhale, hinge forward. So keep that straight line running down the back of your body from your head to your tailbone until you begin to feel that stretch in the left hamstring. And then just hold it there, breathing deeply. Noticing if your body is fighting against you, try and let it relax. Maybe you can sink a little bit deeper. Good. And now let's release the hands, round forward. Drop the hands down towards the mat or along the left leg. Draw your chest towards the left thigh, your face towards the left knee. And breathe. Take one more breath. As you exhale, press into the soles of the feet and lift the torso back up. We're going to do that one more time. This time bringing the hands behind the back. Interlace the fingers. Roll the shoulder blades back and together. Start by reaching your thumbs away from your tailbone as much as we can before we even hinge forward. So let's move again with our breath. Inhaling, exhaling, hinge, lower the chest towards the thigh. Let the hands drop away from the tailbone now. Imagine you're reaching them overhead. Continue to lengthen, reaching the crown of the head down towards your left toes. Good. Let's release the hands and just round up. Bring the shoulders back over the hips and away from the ears. Good. Step the right foot forward. We'll switch sides. Right foot is now at the top of our mat. Left foot steps back about a stride. Triangle, opposite side. So hip, shoulders, and chest rotate towards the left wall of our room. Arms are extended. Inhale. And exhale, reach the right arm forward and hinge sideways. So let the muscles along the length of your legs relax. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Think about bringing your hips forward so they're really under the torso. Good, let's release, lift the arms all the way up, reverse triangle, right hand up towards the sky, just let the left hand release back, feel that stretch through the right side of the abdomen. Good, let's release, lower the arms, and rotate the chest, hips, and back leg so the back toes are facing forward, moving back into pyramid. So let's start with the hands on the hips. Inhale, lengthen the spine, reach up, grow as tall as you can, and exhale, hinge forward. Move slowly. Wait to feel that stretch on the right hamstring and then just hold it there. Check your alignment. Most likely we need to pull our chins in towards our chest a little bit so we have a nice long spine and a flat neck, or I should say not a wrenched neck. And release, or I should say round forward. Release the hands down towards the mat or towards the right leg. Bring your chest towards the right thigh. Continue to lengthen the spine. Now we really release, press through the feet and come all the way back up. Excellent, bring the hands behind the back, roll the shoulders back and together, reach the knuckles down towards the back heel, lift the chest, inhale, and exhale. Hinge again, letting the hands drop away from the tailbone as if you're going to drop them overhead. Feel that stretch through the shoulders, the upper back, chest. Good, let's release. Press through the feet to maintain balance, lifting the head and torso. Release the hands. Shake out the arms. Good. And step the left foot forward. So we're going to move into a forward fold. We're actually going to step towards the back of our mat, so we have plenty of space in front of us for the next couple postures. But we're going to move into a forward fold right now. So feet are under the hips, toes are pointing forward. Let's inhale both arms up, biceps next to our ears, nice long line. And as we exhale, hinge forward. So reach through the crown of the head, reach it all the way down towards your toes. When you can't reach forward any further, just let the arms relax. Pull the chest in towards the thighs a little bit more and let your head and neck relax. So maybe look left and right or up and down to really remind those muscles to let go. Now bring your hands around to the back of your calves or ankles. Pull your chest in a little bit closer, reach down through the crown of the head. So another way you can get a little bit deeper into this forward fold would be to bend the knees. And when you bend the knees, it's a little bit easier to drape your torso on top of the thighs. Bring your hands around the ankles and then gradually work on lifting the tailbone. So rather than bringing your chest towards your thighs, bring your chest and your thighs together and work on lifting up through the hips to straighten out the legs. So just another way to work on it. Sometimes just that change in thinking about the posture can really make a big difference. All right, now bend the knees a couple inches. Bring your hands down to the mat. So we're going to keep our right knee bent and we're going to work on straightening out the left leg. All right, so we're going to feel that stretch shift into the outside of the right upper hip, upper thigh. We're going to continue to breathe deeply, looking at the legs. If
You want to intensify this, you can actually reach your hands away from the left leg, so reach them over to the right. And let's bring the hands back towards center. Bend the left knee. Take a little break. Let your chest rest on your thighs. Look towards your knees. Deep breath. And switching sides. Keep the left knee bent now. And ease that right leg a little bit longer. So work on straightening out the right leg. If it doesn't get completely straight, that's okay. But as long as it's bent less than the left leg, you're going to feel that stretch through the outside of the upper right hip and thigh. Again, to intensify, you would walk your hands and your torso away from the straight leg. Good. Hands back through center. Bend the right knee, soften the legs. Take a deep breath. And we're going to lift into chair pose. So let's inhale, sweep the arms forward and up to shoulder height as we bend the knees, reach the tailbone back, building strength through the lower body. We want to glance down, still see our toes, wiggle them around, bring the hands back, place them in front of the chest in prayer position, and focus the eyes on a point that's not moving. Excellent. Let's hinge forward, bring the hands down to the mat, lower the knees, flatten the tops of the feet to the floor, and just drape your body forward, coming into a child's pose, letting your body relax. Let's lift the head, neck, and chest up. Walk the hands forward. And we're going to come into downward facing dog. Let's reach the right leg up towards the sky. Bend the knee. Pull the right knee in towards our nose and step the right foot down between our hands. So coming into our low lunge, drop the hips down and forward. Maybe you can wiggle the left foot back a little bit further. Keep your hips really nice and low. Do what feels best. We want to feel the stretch through the left thigh, hip flexor, maybe through the right inner thigh. If at any point you'd like to lower the left knee down to the mat, go right ahead. We're going to keep the left hand under the left shoulder, rotate the chest towards the right inner thigh, and reach the right arm up towards the sky. Squeeze the shoulder blades and think about stacking the right arm over the left. This rotation is coming from the torso. Our lower body is staying in place. Good. Let's lower the right hand down to the mat. Take a deep breath. And from here, we're going to lift into our high lunge. So you're welcome to lower the back knee for more support or rotate the back heel for a little bit more support as well. Let's take a deep inhale. As we exhale, press into the right foot, inch your hands off the mat, roll the shoulders back, stacking them over the hips. Let's lift our hands up to our heart. Find a point to focus on and breathe deeply. So check in on the lower body. We shouldn't have lifted it up as we lifted the shoulders. We should be down and forward, really feeling that stretch through the left thigh, the heat building in the right quad. Take one more nice deep breath. And hinge forward, hands to the mat, frame the right foot. Lower the knee if it's not there already. Flatten the top of the left foot to the mat. And walk your hands up to the right thigh. Again, roll the shoulders back over the hips.
Our right hand can slide to the right hip, or maybe you want to reach it down towards the floor for a little bit more support. Left arm straight up towards the sky, bicep next to the ear. Take an inhale. Exhale, lean to the right. So reach those right fingers or left fingers over towards the right wall. Feeling this stretch intensify through the abdominals, through the left hip flexor. Excellent. Keep breathing deeply. And let's come back through center and walk the hands forward back into our low lunge. Just hold it here. Excellent. Press the hips back, straightening out the right leg, lift the right toes. And I'd like you to lengthen the torso. So think about reaching the crown of the head as far away from your hips as you can. And chances are you'll already begin to feel that hamstring and calf stretch before we even lean forward once you find that length. So reach through the crown of the head, take a couple breaths here, and when you're ready, begin to lean down over the right leg, maybe walking your hands out slightly towards the mat top. Good. Take one more full breath. And then lift, or I should say lean the hips forward. This heat is getting to my brain. Lower the right toes down to the mat. Come back into our low lunge. And breathe. Okay, let's step back to downward facing dog.
You should feel a difference between those legs at this point. So we'll even it out now. Let's inhale, left leg high up towards the sky. Bend the knee, pull it in towards your nose, shifting the hips down and forward, and lower that left foot down to the mat. So we're coming into our low lunge. Maybe you can wiggle the right foot back, depending how you're feeling tonight. Hips are down. We're breathing deeply. Now our right hand should be under the right shoulder. We're going to rotate the torso, bringing the chest towards the left inner thigh, reaching the left arm up, lengthen, 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 squeeze the shoulder blades. Good, and bring that left hand back down to the mat. Hold it here and breathe. Next, we're going to lift up into our high lunge, so adjust the back leg if you'd like. Take an inhale, full exhale, pressing into the left foot, rolling the shoulders back, stack them over the hips, hands to the heart. Notice your hips, if they've lifted up, bring them back down and forward. You want to make the most of this stretch. Excellent. Hinge forward, hands back down, framing the left foot. Take a deep breath. And now lower the right knee if you haven't already. Flatten the top of the foot to the mat. And one more time, let's walk our hands up towards the left thigh, shoulders back over the hips. Take just a breath here, settling in. Our left hand can come to the hip, or we can reach it down towards the mat. Right arm is straight up, bicep next to the ear, inhaling. Exhaling, reaching across to the left side. Feel that stretch through the right side of the abdominals and hip flexor. Keep the hips down and forward. Good, let's come back through center and hinge forward, hands down to the mat. Take a deep breath. Moving into our hamstring stretch. Shift the hips back, straighten out the left leg, lift the toes, and find length through the spine. So lift the chest out, reach the crown of the head down towards the bottom of your mat or towards the top of your mat, whatever direction we want to call it, and towards our feet. And lean forward over the left thigh.
Good, let's release. Walk the hands forward, lower the foot, and step back again to downward dog.
Again, let's lift our right leg all the way up. This time bending the knee and pulling the bent knee in,
Placing it between our hands, relaxing the left leg back. Inhale, lift our chest, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, hinge forward over the right leg. Let your body relax. And breathe into that stretch along the right side of the thigh. Good, let's release. Lift the head, neck, and chest. Walk our hands back to either side of the right leg. Lift the chest. Sit up nice and tall and take a full breath. And now let's step back to downward dog.
And inhale, left leg up, reach through the toes, and then bend the knee, pull the left knee in towards the chest, lowering it between the hands, relax the right leg back.
Inhale, lift the chest, sitting tall. Exhale, folding forward. And let's release. Lift the head, neck, and chest. Walk the hands back to either side of the left leg. Roll the shoulders back. Take a deep breath here. And then sit down into the left hip. Keep the left leg where it is. We're going to swing the right leg around and plant it on the outside of the left upper thigh. Ground down into the right hip, bringing the right hand just behind the tailbone. Inhale, left arm up. Reach. And exhale, lower it on the outside of the right thigh, opening the chest and upper back a little bit more to the right and looking over the right shoulder. Good, let's release. Bring the chest forward. Now we'll switch our legs. So the right leg's coming down to the mat, knee centered in front of the body. Left foot steps across, ground down into the left hip and bring the left hand behind the back. Inhale, right arm up, open the chest to the left, and exhale, lower the right arm on the outside of the left thigh. Look over the left shoulder. Good, let's release, bring the chest forward, slide the knees apart, bring the soles of the feet together, sit up tall, hands resting on the ankles or heels. Try to let your legs relax as much as possible. meaning drop the outer thighs down towards the mat as much as possible. Inhale, lift, lengthening the spine, reaching up through the crown. Exhale, lean forward, bring the center of your chest towards your feet, towards your hands. And you can use your elbows to press your thighs down a little bit more. But try and keep the back flat. So if pressing the legs down interferes with your nice tall posture, then don't worry about that. Keep breathing deeply. Maybe we can lower the chest a little bit more, maintaining a nice long spine. And let's release. Lift the chest up. Draw the thighs together. Engage the abdominals and round all the way down with control until the back of our head is on the mat, and just take a couple nice deep breaths. Walk your heels in towards the glutes. Reach the arms down along your sides, tucking the shoulder blades under the back of the body. Moving into bridge pose to build strength through the hamstrings and quads. Let's inhale. And as we exhale, press into all edges of the feet. Lift the pelvis. Draw the knees together slightly so the weight is evenly distributed and our breath is even. Inhale and exhale, ease the hips down, hug the knees in towards your chest. Maybe you want to rock side to side, that may feel good. And next we're going to lift into shoulder stand. If you're not up for that tonight, don't worry about it. Just stay relaxed and on your mat. Sometimes on hot nights, we're sometimes not as motivated, so I understand that. Lift up whenever you're ready. You start by drawing the abdominals in. Arms are along our side. Pull the knees in towards the chest. Press through the hands. Lift the tailbone. And then bend the elbows. Bring the hands to the lower back. Walk them up the spine towards the shoulders. And then whenever you're ready, you can begin to straighten out the legs and lift the toes up towards the sky. So anytime you practice this, but again, especially on nights where it's warm or days it's warm, if you're feeling lightheaded or not yourself, uncomfortable, just roll down, get a drink of water, let your body relax. Point and flex your feet a couple times. Let your calves and ankles relax. Bring one leg overhead and reach away through the opposite leg. Gently switch directions. And then if you're up for plow, lower the toes down to the mat overhead. Continue holding the back until your toes touch the mat. And then bend the knees in towards the face. Slide the legs down the front of the body, gradually lowering the back, and then the tailbone, and then the soles of the feet to the mat. Notice your shoulders. Maybe you can tuck the shoulder blades back under. So we have a nice open chest and collarbones and can breathe deeply.
Let's pick up the right leg, place the right ankle on top of the left knee. Reach the right hand through the legs, left hand on the outside. Draw the legs in towards your chest. Good. Let's lower the left foot. Before we switch directions, let's take the right leg and slide it so our thighs connect and the right knee is sitting on top of the left. Bring your arms out to your sides. You may need to actually wiggle your hips over to the right a little bit, but we're going to gently lower the stacked knees down to the left. So very gentle spinal twist. Don't move too fast. Look over the right shoulder. And if it's too intense, lift the knees back up slightly towards the sky. Good. Let's lift the knees up. Lower the right foot down to the mat and we'll switch sides. So pick up the left leg, left ankle to the right thigh, left hand through the legs, right hand on the outside. Draw the legs in towards your chest. And release. Lower the right foot to the mat. Slide that left leg. Thighs connect. Arms to the sides. Maybe slightly wiggle the hips to the left so you have a little bit more space to lower the knees down to the right. Good. Knees back up. And lower both legs down to the mat, heels about mat width apart, arms halfway between the hips and the shoulders, palms up. Tuck the shoulder blades. Again, they may have slightly moved. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, letting the whole body relax. Let go of any thoughts, plans, or ideas. If your mind begins to wander, just bring it back to how your body feels and the movement of your breath. Bring your awareness all the way down your body to your feet. Mentally repeat after me. My toes, feet, and heels are releasing and relaxing. My toes, feet, and heels are released and relaxed. My ankles, calves, and knees are releasing and relaxing. My ankles, calves, and knees are released and relaxed. My thighs, hips, and buttocks are releasing and relaxing. My thighs, hips, and buttocks are released and relaxed. My abdomen and lower back are releasing and relaxing. My abdomen and lower back are released and relaxed. My fingers, hands, and wrists are releasing and relaxing. My fingers, hands, and wrists are released and relaxed. My forearms, elbows, and upper arms are releasing and relaxing. My forearms, elbows, and upper arms are released and relaxed. My chest, back, and shoulders are releasing and relaxing. My chest, back, and shoulders are released and relaxed. My neck, head, and face are releasing and relaxing. My neck, head, and face are released and relaxed. My mind is calm, my breathing is even, and I am completely relaxed. Om. Gradually bring awareness back to your body and begin to move your fingers and toes. Stretch your arms overhead and lengthen the body, awakening it. Reach your arms over to the right side and the left side, and gradually roll back up to a seated position. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Peace Peace Peace. Namaste. Great job tonight, everyone. I know it can be challenging to find motivation to practice when it's so hot out, but thank you for joining me. It's a great start to our summer session. If you're also doing the Wednesday class, just keep in mind the Wednesday class actually begins next week, but there is no Monday class next week because of the 4th of July holiday. So I won't see any of you until next week, okay? Next Wednesday at the earliest. So I hope you have a wonderful week, a great Independence Day weekend. Hope you're safe if you're doing something, and don't forget to drink lots of water, especially on these hot days. So have a great evening, and I will see you soon. Good night, guys.
Thanks, Devin. Good class.
You're welcome, Margaret.
Bye, Eileen.
Bye, Eileen. Bye, Mike. Bye,
Bye,
Margaret.
Devin. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a good one.
Thank you.